Hey up everyone, welcome back to the Rugby League History channel. Today on the channel I'll be doing my preview and prediction for the 2024 State of Origin Game 2 match between New South Wales and Queensland. As we all know, Queensland took a 1-0 lead in Game 1 in Sydney. The second match is being played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on Wednesday night. So let's get started with the rest of the preview and prediction. As we all know, in Game 1, Queensland won quite convincingly in the end. However, the match was pretty much over within the first 10 minutes or so when Joseph Suaalii was sent off for his tackle on Reece Walsh. And as a neutral, I think that it were a send-off offence. And I mean, at any level, it doesn't matter what level you play at, New South Wales Cup, Ron Massey Cup, even in the local park, if you're down to 12 men, it's a tough game for the rest of the match, and especially when you play in State of Origin and you're up against Queensland, you have to defend with 12 men for over 70 minutes. It was always going to be a tough ask for New South Wales. So I think in some regards, even though New South Wales suffered their heaviest ever loss in Sydney against Queensland, it's really hard to judge on how they would have gone if they would have had their full complement for 80 minutes. I think New South Wales did well to try to hold on in the match, but obviously with the man advantage, Queensland took full advantage, and they ended up recording a very comfortable win. So as I said in my preview for Game 1, I said that New South Wales really had to win Game 1 because obviously Game 2's in Melbourne, and the decider, if it does go to a decider, will be in Brisbane, and we all know New South Wales' record when it comes to deciders at Suncorp Stadium. But here are the team lists for Game 2. With Queensland, they're pretty much unchanged. I have noticed that Jermaine Hopgood is not there. He suffered a back injury in the game against New South Wales in Game 1. But I'll be talking more about the team list for New South Wales because obviously there's been a lot of chopping and changing. As you do when you are the losing side, you usually do that. But Dylan Edwards comes in to replace James Tedesco at fullback. He finally gets his chance to represent New South Wales. People have been screaming out for a couple of years for him to be there. Also, Mitchell Moses has been picked as the halfback for this game. He replaces Nicholas Hines, and with Cameron Murray, he's in the squad at lock. He's been selected, even though I think that he hasn't really played that much rugby league this year. He's been out injured, but he was selected regardless. And also Connor Watson's been picked as the 14, as one of the interchange players, so he'll be making his State of Origin debut for New South Wales. I think in some ways the selection of Mitchell Moses surprised me because he's been injured for most of the year. He come back, he had a good match against Cronulla, but the last two matches that he's played in against Canterbury and Eastern Suburbs, the match has been on the line, Parramatta's been in the lead, and yet he still hasn't managed to guide the side to victory. He's gone quiet in the second half in both of those games, and I really thought with them performances against Canterbury and Eastern Suburbs, I should say, that he wouldn't be picked. Nicholas Hines would retain his spot, but obviously Michael Maguire's decided to put the faith of the entire state for Mitchell Moses. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, but for me it's a big gamble, and it's something that I probably wouldn't have gone with. Now, we're reading the stat that even though New South Wales haven't been successful in State of Origin, you could say, for a while now, I mean, they've only won 4 series since 2006, their record in Melbourne, especially at the MCG, is better than Queensland. They do hold a slender lead there. So even though it's a neutral territory match, and the fact that most of the people inside the stadium will be going for Queensland, because I know a lot of people from Victoria do not like New South Wales one bit, New South Wales do hold a slight advantage in that regard. Now, as for the match itself, it's a really tight one to call because, as I said earlier in the video, it's hard to gauge what happened in Game 1 due to the Joseph Suaalii sending off. So for this one, it's 50-50, but for me, as a neutral, and especially over the last couple of years with State of Origin, we've seen that Queensland get the upper hand in certain games and certain moments. I'm leaning towards Queensland to win this game, and I have a feeling that they probably will. So I will go for Queensland to win this match by 1 to 12 points down there in Melbourne. If I was to go for an anytime try scorer for Queensland, I'd have to go for Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. However, I'll go for a bit of a rough one. I'll go for Lindsay Collins to get a try. As for New South Wales, an anytime try scorer, I'll go for Angus Crichton to get a try. I think he will score a try in this game, and I think you will see Dylan Edwards get a try for New South Wales on his debut as well. I think you can put Dylan Edwards in for a try. So obviously, if Queensland did win this match, that they are going to be winning the Shield again this year. For New South Wales, if they do lose, they're staring down the barrel of a clean sweep, which hasn't been done for, I think, over 12 years now. And as I said earlier in the video, it was imperative that New South Wales won game 1, because obviously if it went to a decider, it would be in Brisbane, and their record is shocking when it comes to deciders in Brisbane. But yeah, I just have this feeling that Queensland will somehow win this game. New South Wales will throw everything at them, but I'm going to go for Queensland to win by 1 to 12 points. So that is my preview and prediction for Game 2 of the 2024 State of Origin series. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below who you're tipping to win Game 2. It's going to be a massive match. I'm pretty sure everyone that watches this channel will be tuning in for it. And thanks to everyone that's recently subscribed to the channel, been supporting the channel over the last couple of months. We've been growing at a rapid rate. But anyways, this has been Rugby League History, and I'll catch you all later in the next one. Ta-ra for now.